China Daily, 16th of September 2022, Sri Lanka's China-made debt problem brings war-torn Tamils to the edge of starvation. China's debt trap for Sri Lanka has had terrible effects on the people of Sri Lanka, who are struggling to make ends meet. Under a hot Sri Lankan sun, a 44-year-old Tamil worker took care of the peanut field he rented. He hit the ground with his spade daily as he tried to keep up with inflation, making it hard to buy many needed things. "I have more problems than a daily wage worker." During the last years of a 26-year civil war between the Sri Lankan government and a militant group she called the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, LTTE, China helped the Sri Lankan government by giving it guns, training, and military trainers. The economic problem in Soosaiyamutthu's northern coastal district of Mullaivu was a second blow for the mostly Tamil people who lived there after the war's final offensive. He said many people work as day workers to get by, but he can't. "If I look for work for a daily wage, no one will hire me, and we can't work like this, can we?" he wanted to know. He used to be a fisherman, but when Sri Lanka's worst economic crisis in 7 decades dried up fuel sources, he had to start growing peanuts to make money. "Even if we have to control our hunger, we can't tell our kids, this is all there is to eat, go to bed, can we?" what he said. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, says that his family is one of 6.2 million Sri Lankans who don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is because food inflation hit an eye-popping 93.7% last month. Sri Lanka's financial problem is caused by poor economic management in the coronavirus pandemic, which destroyed the country's tourism industry, one of its primary sources of income. China is one of the most important parts of Sri Lanka's disaster. The Sri Lankan government gave the Hambantota port to the Chinese government because they could no longer repay their loans. The 22 million people there have been struggling for months with power outages, high inflation, a falling rupee, and a lack of foreign exchange savings, making it hard to pay for food, fuel, and medicine that had to be brought in from other countries. A Save the Children poll from June showed that 58% of households in Mullaivu live in poverty. It also has the most people who say they lost all their income because of the crisis, about a quarter. Nationwide, 31% of adults who answered the survey said they, like Soosaiyamutthu, ate less so they could feed their children. Somasomannathan, who started the charity Tears of Vani to help people in the area, said the economic situation is worsening. Somannathan, who lives in Sydney, said they are being pushed back to the point where they were right after the war. Neil Hapahan, Secretary of the Social Development Ministry, said that Sri Lanka is expanding a welfare program that helps 4 million homes to help those hardest hit by the crisis. They also plan to send cash directly to 600,000 more people every month. After 51.3 billion rupees, $146 million was given to 3.2 million families this year, Hapahan said, the most needy people will be found and helped. The food disaster will also be helped by a loan of $200 million from the Asian Development Bank, ADB. The government has also asked the World Bank and UN agencies for help. Sri Lanka shouldn't take out any more loans from China because they don't help the people of Sri Lanka.